A couple of days ago, I received this McFarlane DC Multiverse Batmobile and did the quick unboxing video, and I did say at the time I would do a follow-up video to determine which vehicle goes best with which figure. Now, it's been a couple of days I've been living with this, and as each day goes by, I just see more and more faults with it. Now, full disclosure here, I am not a toy designer, I am not involved in the toy making business, but to my naked eye, this is basically a 100% upscaled version of this. There are so many lines and shapes and sculpts that are identical on each vehicle. Obviously, this one has been done in a larger size. So in my humble opinion, this is not a new sculpt. This is simply, I'm guessing they've done some sort of 3D scan on this one, enlarged it and produced this one. The plastics are the same. The feel is the same. Each and every line is the same. Incredibly lazy on the part of McFarlane, and as I said in that first video, this is not an $80 value. And now knowing what I know now, it's even less of good value for money. I said at the time I think it was maybe worth about 60 bucks. No, this is, you know, obviously we have inflation and whatnot. This is not worth more than $50 in the current climate. And in all honesty, if this was, what, a decade ago, this would be a $20, $25 item. But let's go ahead and compare all of these, and then we'll determine which of these figures goes best with each vehicle. So as we've already determined, this is just an upscaled version of the original 6-inch model that McFarlane gave us a few years ago, so there's no need to include that one in this head-to-head. This is the new McFarlane Multiverse Batmobile against Mattel's Batmobile from, I believe, 2012, 2013. So at this point in time, this is getting on for, you know, close to vintage status here. But anyway, first things first, overall sculpting, both do look pretty good from a distance. Really, there's no complaints there, but it's only when you get closer you can see the faults with this new one from McFarlane. Now, Mattel did opt to give the impression of doors with some sculpting here, and on the top of each door there is a door handle that has been painted silver, which is a really nice touch. None of that features on McFarlane's. Now, inside the cockpit, both are somewhat on the basic side, but Mattel did go one step further and add a bit more color. So we have the sort of lights at the front of the cockpit, and Mattel have done each one in different colors. So they've got red, blue, silver, green, and gold. McFarlane simply kept them as all silver, and in fact, that is the only paint they have used inside the cockpit. Mattel did add a bit of red lights above the steering wheel. Speaking of which, the steering wheel in this Mattel version does turn. The wheels don't turn, but the steering wheel does, so if you want to put Batman in a dynamic pose, it can be done. McFarlane is completely rigid, does not move at all. Now, Mattel thought of safety first, and they have included usable seat belts inside their Batmobile. Those also do not appear on the McFarlane. Now, there are just many things to go over here. I'm going to try and keep this as brief as possible. The rocket launching tubes. Now, whilst these on the Mattel are not completely hollow, they have done it in such a way that it gives the impression they are hollow. McFarlane didn't even bother doing that. It's clear from any angle you look that these are just solid tubes. And as was pointed out to me in the comments of the last video, Mattel have got the angle of these tubes pretty accurate, whereas on this one, they are almost going up vertically, which is not at all good. Now, despite the fact I have claimed that this is a total upscale of the 6-inch version, they have made one alteration. There's a little bit more detail, can you believe, on the bottom of this one. The 6-inch version was extremely plain. This is just slightly less plain, whereas Mattel did do some sculpting to kind of create the illusion of engine parts and exhaust pipes and whatnot. Now, given that most people will never see these when they're on display, not necessary to put them on, but it does just go to show you the attention to detail that Mattel have put into this. Now, there is one glaring issue with both of McFarlane's, and that's when looking at the rear. It's extremely plain, and it's missing a really important component, and that is the Gotham City license plate. It's right there on Mattel's. Now, presumably that's just a sticker, but they have sculpted the license plate holder, they've made the sticker. It probably cost them pennies to do that, but it makes all the difference. And in all honesty, the more I look at this one from McFarlane, the more I am absolutely appalled at the $80 asking price. And also, bearing in mind it's $80 plus sales tax, plus shipping, I presume. In some cases, this could be getting on for $100. As I said, in this current day and age, 50 at most, but even that is stretching things. So, all in all, once again, we can determine that Mattel have made the superior Batmobile, but which figure pairs best with each Batmobile? So I did a video a number of years ago where I compared the Mattel version with McFarlane's 6-inch version and determined at the time the best combination is to use McFarlane's 6-inch Batman figure in the Mattel Batmobile. The reason being, McFarlane's 6-inch scale Batmobile is just far too small, and the figures, their heads are sticking over the windshield. It looks ridiculous. This one does look pretty good. So we've got Mattel Batmobile, McFarlane figure, and I think this is about as good as it gets. There's no reason to do anything differently here. So if you have both figures and both Batmobiles, I would suggest not even displaying the McFarlane Batmobile. Display your Mattel with the McFarlane Batman figure and it looks amazing. But what about this new Multiverse version? Here we have the McFarlane Multiverse Batmobile with McFarlane's Multiverse Batman 66 figure. And you may be asking, why is he not in the car? Two reasons for that. First of all, this figure comes with a wired cape, and it's a really, really long cape. It's a very fragile cape, and I do not want to try to force this cape under his butt and into the driver's seat, because it's going to leave horrendous creases, crinkles. I don't know how the wire is going to react, but more than that, I can't get his legs to bend enough. Now, I gave it a quick attempt, and I could see it putting a lot of stress on the gusset of his shorts, and I think long term, if that were the case, it's going to end up splitting the shorts and sort of rendering the figure useless. So in other words, I believe that McFarlane have made a Batmobile for their existing figure, but neither are compatible. By all means, go ahead, try forcing his legs into the right position, but I do not recommend it. I was quite wary when I was trying it. I thought, I'm not doing this, because I could see the blue plastic sort of turning a little bit white, showing the stress on it, and that's not a good idea to do that. Furthermore, I've no way of testing this because I can't get him to sit in the car, but I think, much like the 6-inch version, this is too small for the 7-inch figure. Even assuming the cape didn't have wire in it, and assuming his legs could bend to the right position, I still think the vehicle is too small for the figure. I mean, even just standing here by the door, you can pretty much tell that. Now, what should have happened was, in my opinion, this should have come with another Batman figure, more or less the exact same sculpt, but with a half cape, and much like the way Kenner did the Power of the Force 2 speeder bike, where it included a Biker Scout figure with legs sculpted especially to sit on the bike, the figure should have come with the legs able to be put into the correct seating position, because I don't believe anyone is going to get this into the Batmobile with any great success and not do lasting damage to the figure. So all in all, the combo simply does not work, but I do have a possible solution. So a possible get around for this is if you happen to have the NECA 7-inch Batman figure, which I do here. Now that figure is quite possibly the worst figure I own in my entire collection. The legs fell off straight out the box. The cape is terrible, but that could be a bonus for getting it to sit inside this Batmobile. So as you can see, it actually works. What I may end up doing is giving the cape a bit of a trim so it's not all bumpled up like this, but it looks reasonably good. And the fact of the matter is that the figure was so wonky, I could not get it to stand up straight on display anyhow, so why not have it sitting in a Batmobile that is scaled reasonably for that figure. So all in all, this is my solution. It's a real shame that the official Multiverse Batman is not really compatible with the Multiverse vehicle. Makes no sense to me, but hey, what do I know? But all in all, this has been a rather disappointing experience, and as I said, this is simply an upscaled version of the 6-inch that we got a number of years ago. There's nothing new about this except the ridiculous wheels, but again, if you're happy paying 80 bucks for this, good luck to you. And I know there will still be a lot of fairies out there who complain about me being so negative, but hey, I'm just telling the truth, man. I know a lot of people only want to watch positive videos, and that's all good and well, but I'm just telling the truth. This is not a good product. It is definitely not worth the money, and in my humble opinion, if you want a really good looking Batmobile, maybe wait a couple of years and see what Mattel gives us, because clearly they knew what they were doing 12, 13 years ago, and expect they've only gotten better since. So I think it's quite fair to say that we will see some amazing stuff from Mattel in the future, and thankfully McFarlane will not be doing Batman stuff after next year. So there you go. All in all, to summarize, save your money. It's not great. It looks okay on display from a distance, but once you get close up, you can see the real lack of details, the sort of lack of attention to detail, and it's just not that good. But there you have it. Mattel wins again. So thank you for watching. Please be kind, leave a quick like, make sure you are subscribed, and I will see you all next time.